You had this. You did this.
Oh, all right. Now I'll let you
Straight
speak.
like that.
No, that's all we need. I don't want to hear any
All
more
right,
from you.
cool. It's cool. I'm not. I'm not. I
You
appreciate
made
it.
your record.
You.
Now
This
don't
due
interrupt
process.
me. I
This a
didn't
due
interrupt
process
you.
violation. This a due process violation right now. And the way y'all tried to railroad me when I was ready to argue my trial. I told you I was here to argue my trial. Y'all locked me out. Now you
Mr.
trying to
Lewis,
start the
Mr.
process over.
Lewis,
They
Mr.
not
Lewis,
prepared to present a case. I'm telling you. They're
Ms.
not prepared to
Harris,
present an
Mr.
injured party, sir.
He
What we
doesn't
doing?
want to be represented. Listen,
This conflict of interest. You only here to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no crime.
wait a
Ain't no
minute.
ain't no
I'm not
victim or
your
no
man.
loss, bro.
I'm not your,
Hey,
listen, I'm
hey,
not your
look,
man.
look,
I'm
look,
not your,
sir.
meet your
Hey,
bro.
sir. Hey, sir.
Okay?
Respectfully, you're an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. You've been on the bench since what, 21? Couple years? You need to talk to somebody.
I'm not your bro. I'm not your man. And I'm not to be interrupted when I'm speaking. I gave you the respect and the right to speak. Just because you're unsatisfied with the way that I ruled, then that's not my problem.
All right, guys. Today we've got a spicy courtroom showdown for you. Judge Perkins versus a sovereign citizen who's claiming he missed his court date because he was locked out of the Zoom call. Yeah, that's his actual excuse. Judge Perkins wasn't buying a word of it and immediately shut down his motion, which, surprise surprise, sent this sovereign citizen into a full-on meltdown. Missing court is a big deal, and his smug, entitled attitude definitely didn't help his case one bit. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this hearing. Do you think the judge handled it the right way or went too hard on him? Either way, buckle up, because this one gets heated. Let's dive right into it as Judge Perkins absolutely destroys this defendant.
Excuse me, sir. I heard you say that you only read the first couple lines. Is there any way we
Yes.
could possibly take another case until you get the chance to read the entire thing? It's only
No,
2 pages.
I can't. I'm not going to read this entire thing today.
It's only like 3 paragraphs, the entire thing. The rest are just case sightings.
All right, I'm gonna deny the motion. I will set the matter for
Is
a
there any way I can
trial.
get a written? Can I get a written articulation as to why you're denying the motion?
I'm denying the motion
I would just
because
appreciate a written excuse. Can I get a
I'm
written
not
articulation?
gonna give it to you in writing.
Are we on record? Are we on record?
We're on record.
Okay. Is this court bound by the U.S. Constitution and Supreme Court rulings?
Yes.
Okay, you were denying my motion when I said that I had Fourth Amendment violations, and you're saying that you're denying my motion without looking into it or granting me a hearing to go over my motion, or give me an articulation as to why, a written excuse as to why. I want to make sure that that's what you're saying to me.
You're asking for a change of venue. I'm denying
I'm
that.
saying that. I'm saying that I know there's a motion for dismissal, and I'm saying that you, as an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause, if you're not going to uphold my due process and my Fourth Amendment, I'm saying that maybe we could change venues where I could get a real judge.
Okay, I'm denying the motion to dismiss. Okay, I'll set a trial date for you so you can be heard on that type of form.
I insist that the court give me a written excuse as to why you're denying my motion, so I could take that to the tenor. Okay.
Well, you can insist all you want to.
Okay, I appreciate that, but I'm telling you, you're telling me today why you're not going to look into it or give me a hearing, that's so I can go over the evidence that I have to present to go with my motion. You don't want to do any of that, so I'm just asking that you can give me a written excuse that I could go take and complain against you on, because that's violating my due process. You didn't even give me the chance to say we're going to schedule a evidentiary hearing or something like that. You're going to sit up here and disregard that when I made genuine claims and put genuine evidence in there. Overwhelming.
Asterisk, I honestly can't tell if this guy is completely off his rocker or just playing dumb at this point. What do you guys think? And about that whole motion thing, him wanting a new judge, newsflash, the judge doesn't have to give him a written explanation for denying his motion, especially when the motion itself is total nonsense with zero legal basis, that it's honestly hilarious how butthurt he got just because Judge Perkins said no. His big solution? Try to get a new judge. Like, seriously? This dude's acting like a complete baby. You can tell he's never been held accountable for anything in his life. These sovereign citizens just keep getting crazier with their antics, and for some reason, it feels like it's becoming more popular. I have no idea why, because every single time they pull this stunt, they lose, they get denied, and they end up paying more than they would have if they just handled things normally. It makes zero sense. But anyway, let's dive back.
So at the end of the day, Like I said, there's no crime. This is a fraudulent charge. Y'all don't have, there's no suspect. Y'all suspect me for no crime. There's no victim, no losses. Okay? And in a minute, this is going to be malicious prosecution. So I'm asking you to dismiss this charge or change the venue. And if you refuse to do that, I'm asking you for a written excuse so I can take it to the tenor, sir. That's what I'm telling you. Because if not, I'm gonna go to the tenor without it and let them know that you refuse to give me a written excuse and you refuse to give me an evidentiary hearing, but you just straight denied it. When you just 5 minutes ago, you said you didn't even read it. Now you just denied it. That's conflict of interest. That's bias. That's all that. So let's put it all on record. If you feel just as strongly as you feel, give me a written excuse. If not, let's change venue. Because you're Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. This conflict of interest, you only here to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no crime. Ain't no victim or no loss, bro.
I'm not your, listen, I'm not your man.
Look, sir. Hey, sir, respectfully, you're an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. You've been on the bench since what, 21? Couple years? You need to talk to somebody. I'm asking you to give me an evidentiary hearing to go over my motion for dismissal with the overwhelming evidence or change venue. Because if not, I'm going straight to the tenor right after this. And that's on you, sir. You had this. You did this.
Oh, all right. Now I'll let you speak.
Straight like that.
No, that's all we need. I don't want to hear any more.
All right, cool. It's cool. I appreciate it. This due process violation. This is a due process violation right now. And the way y'all tried to railroad me when I was ready to argue my trial. I told you I was here to argue my trial. Y'all locked me out. Now you're trying to start the process over. They're not prepared to present a case. I'm telling you. They're not prepared to present an injured party. So what we doing?
Listen, do not say any more. You've already made your record. I've given you that opportunity. If you continue on, especially interrupting me while I'm talking, because I didn't interrupt you while you were talking. I'm not your bro, I'm not your man, and I'm not to be interrupted when I'm speaking. I gave you the respect and the right to speak. Just because you're unsatisfied with the way that I ruled, then that's not my problem. You take whatever. Wait a minute. Let me say it. You take whatever recourse that you feel that is necessary. Now, what I can do, Mr. Lewis, is I can set you a jury trial date. And at that jury trial date, you will have the opportunity to represent yourself or do whatever you want to do and put all your proofs on the record by a jury of your peers, and you can argue it that way, okay?
Asterisk, this guy seriously needs to be held in contempt. Like, how is Judge Perkins being this lenient right now? Personally, if it were me, I'd have already hit that gavel. These Zoom court hearings are just wild. It's like defendants suddenly grow a backbone when they're behind a screen. They get this fake confidence and just start ranting with no filter. And the worst part is, you can't really stop them. You can't just yell over them or have the bailiff step in like you would in a real courtroom. It's just a mess. Honestly, I don't even know why we're still doing this in 2024. COVID's long over, and I guarantee that if this were an in-person hearing, half of these sovereign citizen clowns wouldn't dare pull these stunts. What do you guys think? Should courts stop doing these Zoom hearings altogether? Because to me, it just feels way less serious. Anyway, let's dive back into it.
I appreciate that, but I would still like a written.
You order the transcript. It's in the transcript.
I can't even get the court reporter to respond to my voice messages or you to respond to my emails, sir.
The court reporter is not going to respond to your voice message. The court reporter is going to respond to you coming down.
36th District told me to call her today, that I was locked out of my trial date. I had a scheduled trial. The court told me to call her that day, and I called her that day, and she still hasn't responded. So I'm trying to see if the court that you work for is trying to tell me how the appropriate channels, and then y'all doing it different in y'all court. What am I to do?
I think you're talking about the court clerk and not the court reporter. There's a distinct.
Yeah, I was told to call the clerk the day that I was locked out, the moment I was locked out.
We've moved past that getting locked out.
But that was my trial date.
Yeah, so I'm giving you another.
How soon can I get another trial date, sir? How soon can I get another trial date? That's what I'm asking.
That's what we're trying to do now.
A jury trial.
A jury trial. I'm gonna let the jury of his peers hear what he has to say. July 23rd. 2024 at 9 a.m.
July 23rd?
2024 at 9 a.m. We'll have a final pretrial the day before.
Why
All
would
the
we need a
parties
final
must,
pretrial? Why would we need a final pretrial?
because I said I wanted one.
But that's how you
All the
protecting
parties.
your interest. You protecting your interest, and you're gonna dismiss it on that day. So you trying to play with me? You could dismiss it
Oh
today,
my
sir.
God.
You literally,
This
you
is
literally, look, you literally, but
a
violating
final
my due process.
pretrial 8:30.
You are
Miss
literally
Mason.
violating my due process. You can't even give me a written excuse, but you want all this whole.
You're talking to
Hey,
break
I
out.
do.
Doesn't have
Hey,
to
excuse
do
me,
what he's
ma'am. I
talking
do.
about.
Excuse me, ma'am. I am in pro se.
Go to
I'm in pro
judicial
se.
tenure. Go wherever you want to. Final pretrial
I am. I
July
am. It's all good.
22nd, and
I am.
trial date is going to be July 23rd. All the parties must appear on the final pretrial date, and the jury, and that can be on Zoom. And the next day, the jury trial date is in person. Have a very good day, Mr. Green. Best of luck to you.
That's not my name.
Asterisk, I honestly can't tell if this guy is completely off his rocker or just playing dumb at this point. What do you guys think? And about that whole motion thing, him wanting a new judge, newsflash, the judge doesn't have to give him a written explanation for denying his motion, especially when the motion itself is total nonsense with zero legal basis, that it's honestly hilarious how butthurt he got just because Judge Perkins said no. His big solution? Try to get a new judge. Like, seriously? This dude's acting like a complete baby. You can tell he's never been held accountable for anything in his life. These sovereign citizens just keep getting crazier with their antics, and for some reason, it feels like it's becoming more popular. I have no idea why, because every single time they pull this stunt, they lose, they get denied, and they end up paying more than they would have if they just handled things normally. It makes zero sense, but anyway, let's dive back in.